And I feel like I really don't need to make this video, but for the sake of argument, because I love a good conversation, or he should have had a clown suit on that said, this gun is a fake gun. And Breonna Taylor should have locked her door with 3 locks and she didn't deserve that. That's not what we're doing here. But the ultimate privilege of it all, and I'm telling you, is to be able to say, I'm logging off here and I'll see you guys when everything gets back to normal. Hey, welcome back to my channel. So it's Melissa here with another video. So let's talk about a few things. This video is going to be a conversation about Black Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter. Before we jump into the video, I want to give a shout out, a request that you hit that subscribe button. Have not already. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. Make sure that you share this video. So for today, Black Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter. What do I mean by that? Melissa, have you lost your mind? No, I have not lost my mind. This is actually something that I've been wanting to talk about for quite some time, because it seems to be a narrative that people like to bring up about people that are proclaiming that Black Lives Matter. And so I will explain what I mean by this, and hopefully that will shed some light and someone will come into a better understanding of what I mean and people like me mean when we say Black Lives Matter. BLM, Black Lives Matter. I honestly cannot tell you a whole lot about this movement. It was definitely birthed out of all the injustice, the police brutality that was taking place. And there was an organization and they organized marches and it became a whole great big thing. Somewhere along the line, I think that the message got polluted. I think somewhere along the line, the organizers even kind of got disfragmented, and this organization is, in my opinion, probably still has some base somewhere. But as far as I'm concerned, it is not an organization that I am associated with, which brings me to my next part of the conversation. So when someone says Black Lives Matter, do they automatically mean, hey, I'm a part of this association that has some bad press, some good press, whatever? Again, I can't tell you anything about it. That's not the point of this video. I did not research what it is, not what I choose to do. I want to talk about what I mean when I say Black Lives Matter. Now, here's the thing that I want to say very kindly. I know some very educated people, and even if they're not educated, they're very intelligent. And I feel like I really don't need to make this video, but for the sake of argument, because I love a good conversation, I feel like I'm going to make this video just to set the record straight, so that perhaps people that I know that are using this narrative like, oh, the Black Lives Matter movement is blah, blah, blah. That's not what we're doing here. The majority of people that I know, my family, my friends, my peers, and allies of this current state of America that's happening right now, we don't belong to Black Lives Matter. And so if I can take it to school, if I can take you to school, there's a direct difference between someone declaring Black Lives Matter, shouting it as a part of an organization, versus me talking in conversation and saying, you know, Black Lives Matter. Oops. Or even if I'm shouting it, I'm not shouting it from the point of an organization. I'm shouting it because I'm looking at the racial injustices, and the time is so ready in America to hear the conversation. If you're ready, there's some people that don't want to hear the conversation, and 9 times out of 10, this video is for you. Because that is a narrative that you would like to use to not have the real conversation. So I figured, you know what, let me have this conversation with you so that you can at least open up your heart, open up your mind to see, okay, this is what they're saying. Now, again, I am not well versed or educated on the Black Lives Matter organization as far as to tell you the status of it. Have they committed crimes? I can't tell you that because I don't know. But what I can tell you is, for me, I am not a part of that organization. For me to say Black Lives Matter, I'm letting you know, simply put, the hashtags have to stop. Have to stop. The hashtags need to stop. It would be equally as nice for you to be as outraged over the injustices as you are assuming that those of us that are yelling Black Lives Matter, that we're part of this organization. But then I'd like to submit, what if I was? Tell me about this organization. So with that being said, I think that there's a distinct difference, even when you're talking about language, even when you're talking about a pronoun and something Black Lives Matter, that is the name of an actual organization. And I don't even know how together they still are. I really don't think, I was scrolling a couple of weeks ago and the organizer of the Black Lives Matter movement was saying how how that message just got turned around and how it's no more. So I'm not even sure if they're still operating as they once were. I don't know. That's beside the point. I'm coming at you as Black Lives Matter, as a part of a conversation to inform you that Black Lives Matter. The only organization that I belong to and subscribe to in that regard is the human race. And if you really, really believe in the equality and justice for all, and if you really believe in all lives matter, I don't think it's an organization, but just as you are allowed to say all lives matter, I am saying Black Lives Matter. And the truth of the matter is Black lives are included in all. And if you can look at some of these arrests and be okay with that, that is concerning. So with that being said, I'm hoping that this video sheds some light on where I'm coming from and where the majority of America is coming from. We're not some covert underground organization that's trying to, quote, destroy America. You know, the majority of Black people that I know, brown people that I know, the people of other races that I know that are screaming Black Lives Matter, we love this country. Contrary to what, again, that's a different narrative, and that's not what this video is about. I just want to educate you on the difference between someone screaming the pronoun Black Lives Matter, which is associated with an actual organization, and me just proclaiming a statement and making a declaration that, hey, my life matters, my Black life matters, and please do not dismiss what I'm saying by trying to bunch it up with an organization that you feel is derogatory or whatever it is, you know, negative in association, because then that allows you not to have the conversation. I'm saying, let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation that you are not willing to have because you'd rather focus on BLM. Because I don't even think at the core of what the Black Lives Matter movement was meant to be, that it's meaning for evil. But again, I don't know. So again, I can't and will not speak on anything that I don't know about. But what I will say is the people that I know, we're not associated with any organization. So you could stop having that conversation and have the real conversation, have the uncomfortable conversation. And I don't understand why it's uncomfortable, because here's the thing. Here's a news flash, and then I'm hanging up and I'm getting out of here with this video. Here's a news flash. If you're my friend, white woman, and I say Black Lives Matter, and you are a police officer's wife, or you just simply don't believe that there's a disparity going on, like, okay, I see it, but it is not that serious. He should have complied, or he should have took his hoodie off, or they should have had a big target on him saying, hey, I'm disabled, or he should have had a clown suit on that said, this gun is a fake gun. And Breonna Taylor should have locked her door with 3 locks, and she didn't deserve that. George Floyd shouldn't have had the underlying conditions. I get it. You know, I get it. I hear it and I read it in the comment section. It is so disheartening to see the dismissiveness of it. But fine, if we are truly trying to get somewhere, I can accept you as a mature person to sound ignorant as hell, but we're having a conversation. Hopefully the conversation is for you to gain some understanding, or for us to gain some sort of common ground in this area. And as a result of the conversation, one or both of us will come out, hopefully both of us will come out enlightened. I will know why you're saying what you're saying. You'll know why I'm saying what I'm saying. But if we continue to dismiss what each other are saying, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I don't see my friends dismissing all lives matter, because we all agree on that. What's dismissive is you're trying to say what we're seeing, we're not seeing. Or you're saying they deserved it because XYZ. And my favorite is I got to dig up this person's past because they were no angel. So it's a conversation for me that I am so comfortable having. I don't care what it is that you want to talk about, whether you agree with me or not, but I'm not going to be rude about it. I'm not going to call you no names. I'm not going to do I don't have to be derogatory. And that's what I'm seeing. So that tells me you're being dismissive and you really don't want to have a conversation. You don't want any of that to change. Just shut up and go back to where it was a couple of months ago. Okay. How about that? And the ultimate and privilege, because, and again, that's a buzzword too, because nobody believes that there's privilege. I have privileges as a Black woman. I have privileges in this situation. And maybe I'll talk about that. But the ultimate privilege of it all, and I'm telling you, is to be able to say, I'm logging off here and I'll see you guys when everything gets back to normal. That is like, wow, I can't log off from being Black and worried about my son driving and my husband driving at night and I can't log off on that. What a privilege to be able to be that dismissive. So with that being said, I hope that you heard what I said, and I hope that you understand my heart. Your Black friends want to have this conversation with you, and you're not being very helpful by being dismissive. And that's just that. How am I being dismissive? Number one, not being able to separate my statement of Black Lives Matter from putting me in an organization that I have no idea about. That's one way. The other way is just the other derogatory ways. You just choose to just dismiss it all. You don't even listen. Fine. And then finally, your infinite ability to just be like, I'm out of here. Forget you, social media. Everyone's losing their mind. What you're actually saying is, hey, I want my friend to be quiet again. I want my feed to go back to normal. I'm tired of hearing about this. Well, I'm here to tell you, I don't think it's getting back to normal because some of us that have been silent are silent no more. Some of us that have been loud are screaming and have been louder. Some of us that have not been an ally are now an ally. And our intention is not to run you off social media. That's not the intention. The intention is to get your attention. So with that being said, as always, please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you feel like there's a difference between Black Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter when I say it as a part of a sentence explaining like, hey, Black Lives Matter. Or if I say that to you, I'm automatically a part of this organization that I have no idea about. You tell me. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.